Good morning, respected members, and hello, dear students. Hi, this is CA Pratik. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, GST and Customs Act Fun Learning. Today's topic, we are going to discuss about the decisions which are taken in 42nd of GST Council meeting. This meeting was held on 5th of October 2020, and there are some interesting decisions which are taken. See, this part I've divided into three subparts. First part, it's about linking of outward supplies of GSTR1 and input tax credit of GSTR2B with the recipient's GSTR3B return. The second part is about quarterly filing of GSTR3B, which needs clarification. And third is about refund in GST. All these things we are going to cover today. So point number one, linking of outward supplies of GSTR1 with GSTR3B. See, every registered person has to file two returns every month. First, GSTR1. Whatever outward supply he has made, whatever goods service he has sold, invoice-wise details you have to give in GSTR1. And he also has to file GSTR3B, in which there will be just a summary of outward supplies. Correct. Now, many times what happens? This outward supply details, which I have declared in GSTR1, does not match with the outward supply details in GSTR3B. Such mistakes are bound to happen. So GSTR1 is showing separate figure. GSTR3B is showing separate figure. Now, to avoid this issue, government has already made one updation in GST returns. You are aware? Whatever turnover, whatever outward supply you are declaring in GSTR1, through this, there is one auto-generated PDF summary in your GSTR3B. You can download this. See this. Whatever turnover you are declared in your GSTR1, whether it's B2B, B2C, nil, exempt, export, whatever, this turnover gets auto-populated through a PDF summary, auto-populated PDF summary in your GSTR3B. This is that. Suppose I am filing GSTR1. Okay, in my GSTR1, I have declared this turnover 1,25,000 and 22,500. I have declared export, I have declared B2C, whatever I declare in my GSTR1. Through this, when you open the same month's GSTR3B, open it. When you open GSTR3B, when you come down, there is an auto-generated PDF summary. You can open this summary. Through this summary, government was explaining you that in GSTR1, you have declared this term. And now you can see this and fill your GSTR3B accordingly, so that there is no mismatch. So government has already made this updation. Correct. Now in 42nd GST Council meeting, government is improving this system, further improvement in this. So whatever turnover you have declared in your GSTR1, whatever figures are incorporated, instead of that PDF summary, these figures will be directly auto-populated in GSTR3B. This change is going to happen. See what will happen in future. So whatever figure you have declared in your GSTR1, whatever figures I have declared in my GSTR1, see this figure, 1 crore 81 lakh 88,000 and the tax. B2B, B2C, export, whatever tabs you fill, this all details will get auto-populated in future in your GSTR3B. See this, auto-populated, same figure is auto-populated. Tax auto-populated, all the tabs will be auto-populated. So your outward supplies details are going to be auto-populated in future. Okay, so this is the first change government is planning to make. Second change, linking of input tax credit details of GSTR2B with GSTR3B. Understand this point. See, suppose I am a supplier. I have sold goods or I have given services to this recipient. Okay, as a supplier, I will have to file GST return known as GSTR1. I will give details of my outward supplies, whatever goods service I have sold in my GSTR1. Through this GSTR1, all the invoice details, input tax credit details shall be auto-populated in a NILSA, means recipient's GSTR2A, as well as a new statement known as GSTR2B from July 2020. So whatever GSTR1 I am filing, that invoice details are getting auto-populated in recipients GSTR2A as well as in GSTR2B. Correct? Now see, recipient can view these details in his statement. Now, just one demo. Suppose this is a supplier, Jigna Petrochem. This is a recipient. Jigna Petrochem has sold the goods to the recipient. Okay, Jigna Petrochem will file one return. Supplier will file a return, GSTR1. These are the invoice details. These are the invoice details. See this date, taxable amount, CGST, SGST, and total invoice value. This is the invoice details. Supplier has filed GSTR1. You can see the demo. This is supplier's GSTR1. He will open this tab. He will fill the details. Name of the recipient is MK Enterprise. He will file. This is the invoice number that he will write. What was the date? 15th of July. So he will select 15th of July. The total amount is 4,93,000. So total invoice value will write 4,93,000. Correct? And this is what? 18% GST. 4,18,000. So net amount against 18%, I will write, and CGST and SGST will come on its own. So supplier has filed GSTR1. Correct. Now, on the basis of supplier's GSTR1, these details are going to get auto-populated in recipient's GSTR2B. So now I'm opening GSTR2B of the recipient. So I will open his July month's GSTR2B. When you will click in the July month's GSTR2B, you can see this detail. See, this is GSTR2B. Click on B2B invoice. The first invoice, see this, Jigna Petro. You can see what was the details? Invoice number, MUM 2019. Is it matching? Matching. Each and everything match. 15 July. Yes, correct. 15 July. That is also matching. Net amount was how much? 4,18,000. Is that matching? Yes, that is also matching. GST is 37,654. Yes, that is all. Some point difference is allowed. And total amount is 4,93,000. That is also matching. So this details through GSTR1 got auto-populated in recipients 2B. Okay, so now in 42nd GST Council meeting, this new GSTR2B, which got auto-populated, government is making further improvement. Through this GSTR2B, all the ITC details shall be auto-populated in recipients 3B also. So what is the conclusion? I will file GSTR1 supplier. Through that, details will be auto-populated in recipient 2B, and through 2B, it will be also be auto-populated in recipients 3B. Getting it? So this is what they are planning from 1st of January 2021. So this is the recipients 2B. Total ITC you can see 25,61,000 and 1,35,000. This is in 2B. Now through this 2B, the details shall also be auto-populated in recipients 3B. See this. You can see 1,35,25. All the details shall be auto-populated. Import of goods, ITC, ISD, all the details through 2B will be auto-populated in recipients 3B. So this is the further update they are planning. So what is the conclusion? What is the conclusion? Now your GSTR 3B, through GSTR1, all the outward supplies shall be auto-populated in 3B. Through GSTR 2B, all the input tax credit shall be auto-populated in 3B. So entire 3B now is getting auto-populated. Auto-fill 3B, you are going to get it in future. You just need to make the payment of GST. Matter over in few seconds. So this is the first update which is proposed in 42nd GST Council meeting. Second update. Now this is very good. Quarterly GST 3B return. See, understand. Every registered person currently whose aggregate turnover is up to rupee 1.5 crore, they have an option to file GSTR1 quarterly, not monthly. They have an option to file GSTR1 quarterly. However, when it comes to GSTR3B, they have to file monthly by 20th of the subsequent month. So what is the use? In GSTR3B, I have to give outward supply detail. In GSTR3B, I have to give input tax credit detail. In GSTR3B, I have to make the payment of GST. So what is the benefit of this quarterly GSTR1? No, I don't think so any benefit. So sales computation, I'm doing monthly. Input tax credit, I'm doing monthly. Payment of GST is monthly. What is the use of this quarterly GSTR1? I don't see any use. So that's why in 42nd GST Council meeting, government is planning from 1st of Jan 2021 that GSTR3B in future, every registered person having turnover up to 5 crores, have an option to file GSTR3B, not monthly, quarterly. So now from 1st of Jan 2021, turnover, every registered person whose turnover is up to 5 crore can file GST returns quarterly. This is the biggest update. So all the taxpayer, all the clients are now going to call. They are so happy that we are relaxed. Since 3B is quarterly, payment of GST is to be quarterly. Taxpayers have started celebrating. Correct? That since 3B is quarterly, then hence GST is also to be paid quarterly. They have started thinking that. Now government is laughing on this taxpayer. Government is laughing on this taxpayer that boss, 3B is quarterly. They never said payment is quarterly. So our honorable finance minister, what they have proposed that taxpayer don't be too happy. 3B may be quarterly. 3B is quarterly, but when it comes to payment of GST, that is to be done monthly. They are planning a separate form, a separate statement. GST payment is to be done monthly. So I am not understanding what government is planning. Taxpayers are confused. What is this? Suppose for the quarter of Jan to March 2021, I am with taxpayer with aggregate turnover up to 5 crore. I will file GSTR 1 quarterly. I will file GSTR 3B quarterly. But when it comes to payment of GST, that will always be continued as monthly. So for the month of Jan, I will have to pay by 20th Feb. For the month of Feb, I will have to pay by 20th March. For the month of March, I'll have to pay by 20th of April. There is going to be a new separate form or challan through which you can make the payment and offset your liabilities. Okay, so this is the update which government has made. So don't say your all the clients are going to say अब तो quarterly हो गया, अब तो quarterly भरेंगे नहीं. But how this is going to work, there is plenty of ambiguities in it. Point number one, I'm asking to the government that how will government you come to know that how much I have to pay each month? I may pay less, I may not pay, or I may pay more. How will you come to know? Because I'm not giving sales input, I'm just making the payment through challan. So listen what government has said. This is little bit confusing. Government has said taxpayers are compulsory required to pay 35% of the GST paid in preceding quarter. That much amount they have to compulsory pay. It will be auto-generated challan. You have to minimum pay 35% of the amount paid in the preceding quarter. That is must. Still you didn't get it. Understand. I will give you one case study. Case study one. Suppose I am a registered person. For the quarter of Jan 21 to March 21, I have paid GST of 1 lakh. How much I paid for this quarter? 1 lakh. Now when it comes to the quarter of April 21 to June 21, for first 2 months, April and May 2021, recipient shall be required to at least pay through auto-generated challan 35% of the amount paid in preceding quarter. How much I had paid? 1 lakh. For that, 35% minimum. I will have to pay rupees 35,000 in the month of April and May. Okay, and balance amount payable, if any, that shall be paid when I file GSTR 3B of the quarter of April 21 to June 21. This is what they are planning. This is what they are planning. I will explain you one more case study. Suppose now, for the quarter of April 21 to June 21, I have paid GST of how much? 5 lakh rupees. 5 lakh rupees. Correct. Now for the quarter of July 21 to September 21, for the month of July and August, first 2 months, actual liability is say rupees 3 lakh. Actual liability, I am liable to pay 3 lakh. But what portal says? Recipient shall at least pay through auto-generated challan 35% of the amount paid in the preceding quarter, means April 21 to June 21. Sorry, it is written Jan to March. It should be April 21 to June 21. So in April 21 to June, I paid 5 lakh into 35% minimum. At least I will have to pay 1 lakh 75. And for whatever balance liability, suppose for July to September, my total liability is 4 lakh. So when I file GSTR 3B of September 2021, I will have to pay this balance 2,25,000. Correct? So this is what they are planning. So don't be too happy that now you will have to pay quarterly. No, minimum 35% of the amount paid in the preceding quarter, at least you will compulsory have to pay minimum. You can pay more, but not less. Okay, now there are plenty of apprehensions, questions, clarifications in this thing, which we are sorting from government. Hope they answer. Question one that I'm raising to government. See, in this, there are few questions that I'm raising. Question number one, my GST paid in the preceding quarter, say Jan to March, is rupees 10 lakh. So I paid how much? Rupees 10 lakh in the preceding quarter. Now, when it comes to April to June 2020, subsequent quarter, my actual turnover is nil. There was no sales. Correct. Since there is no sale, there is no question of GST liability. However, what government just now said, for the month of April and May 2021, minimum recipient shall at least pay through auto-generated challan 35% of the amount in the preceding quarter. So I had paid 10 lakh rupees in the preceding quarter into 35%. I will have to pay 3 lakh 50. Now I have not made any sale. So what I'm asking to the government, question number one, that for the quarter of April to June, my actual turnover is nil. My GST liability is nil. Still, I will have to pay rupees 3 lakh 50, 35% of the amount paid in preceding quarter. This is one query which I'm raising to government. Currently, there is no answer. Okay. Question number two that I'm raising to the government, that for the quarter of April to June 21, I had paid GST of 5 lakh. Now, when it comes to subsequent quarter, July to September 21, for the first 2 months, I will have to pay, I was liable to pay 6 lakh. Liable. Actual liability was rupees 6 lakh. But what I did, I opted that option that I will pay only 35% that auto-generated challan. Okay, so only 35% of the amount in the preceding quarter. So in my preceding quarter, April to June, my liability was say rupees 5 lakh. I will pay only balance into 35%. So 1 lakh 75 I have paid to the government. My liability was how much? 6 lakh rupees. I have paid how much? 1 lakh 75 for the first 2 months. Now my second question to government. Okay, that my actual liability for was 6 lakh rupees. I have only paid rupees 1 lakh 75. So for the difference of 4 lakh 25,000 rupees, when I file through GSTR 3B, am I supposed to pay interest under section 50 or not? Currently, even we don't have answer. If interest is applicable, then what is the benefit of it? You did not benefit anything to the taxpayer. Okay, so this was question number two to the government. Now question number three to the government or GST Council. Suppose this is a supplier. His turnover is less than 5 crores. Okay, his turnover is how much? Less than 5 crores. And I am a recipient and my turnover is greater than 5 crores. So since his turn and this person, I bought goods from him, rupees 1 lakh plus 5% GST in Jan 2021. When did I buy? Jan 2021. Now, since this supplier's turnover is less than 5 crores, he is going to file GSTR1 quarterly. He is also going to pay GSTR3B quarterly. He is going to file both the returns quarterly. But since my turnover is greater than 5 crores, I will file GSTR1 monthly. And I will also claim input tax credit in my GSTR3B monthly. So this issue is always going to be there. Now, since this supplier is filing GSTR1 quarterly, this invoice details 1 lakh plus 5%, it will come in my 2B when after the end of the quarter. When this supplier shall file his GSTR1 after the quarter, at that time this details will be auto-populated in my GSTR2B. So you already know there is one rule 36 sub rule 4. Unless the ITC details are there in my 2B, I cannot claim input tax credit. So why will I buy from such small suppliers? Isn't there a risk that all such big suppliers will stop buying goods or stop taking service from small suppliers because they are going to file GSTR1 quarterly? Okay, so these are the three questions which I'm raising to GST Council. Currently, there is no answer for it. See, understand, this is just a proposal in 42nd GST Council meeting. It is just a press release. Notification is not yet issued. I hope in the notification they clarify all such points. Okay, now second update which they have planned is refund. This is correct. You are all aware that taxpayers are now issuing fake invoice. They are claiming fake refund by showing fake exports and all. Government in the 42nd GST Council meeting, they have proposed that a refund shall be issued only when your bank account, only when your bank account is linked with your Aadhaar card or PAN card. Only if your bank account is linked, then only you are going to get refund. Else you're not going to get refund. Okay, so this were all the updates of the 42nd GST Council meeting. Hope you have liked the lecture. If you are like, I request you to share with maximum people so that those people can also get latest GST updates. Okay, so thank you so much each and everyone. Goodbye. Take care.